in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through?
Kane with the just comes in there.
Didn't stop it. He knew what was about to happen. Wait a moment. Wait a moment.
I see it now. I see it now.
Let it do it to you, Brad.
What? 8 streak.
To show to you that I'm more good than I am bad.
Stop it. They have a family. Don't do it to them.
And I'll be somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show.
A 1v5.
And he's sniped by Illusion.
Remedi's gonna get gunned again. That was a great nade by Mayo.
Should never have gotten that 3-piece.
Yeah, somewhere deep inside of you, I know you want me to. You're just afraid to say.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, or matchup, as we might say, of K7, followed by your producer here, Heroism, along and accompanied by the casters that didn't listen to my cue, Breezy and J-Fly. Welcome aboard to the booth.
I listen to cues as I'm told or when I listen. Either way, we're going to get into this matchup. Breezy, how you feeling today? I apologize.
Dude, I am great. We're back for another week of hopefully awesome action, man. Because we saw some really interesting matches in, Event 1. So let's see how this goes for tonight to kick this off, man.
I mean, what's more exciting than a new team? We're going to be seeing the Indiana Syndicate, and if I might say, my new favorite logo in the K7 League, the E7 League. Goodness gracious.
I agree. They do have a really awesome looking logo. They probably got the best one that I've seen so far, to be honest.
Is it? I can't tell if it's like a old spy or like a 70s crime boss.
The way I look at it, it almost looks like a mobster type guy. Because you think about it, Indiana Syndicate, a syndicate is like a mob scene. So
we make them disappear and we win the map. You don't ask why. The Sapphire Wolves having to get together as the Wolf Pack to try to defeat them. We've seen them, but not too much though. Usually they've been knocked out pretty early. They've got a chance to flex their K7 muscles.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's gonna be interesting because like we were told before we went live, we don't know anything about Indiana Syndicate. They're a brand new team, like you stated, Jay. So I'm really curious to see what they can bring to the table, and not really having too much, data on them. So This is gonna be interesting to see how they come out and showcase what they got.
For sure. Now let's get hopped right into the map counts. Let's see what we're going to be playing today. As usual, we're going to be going through Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, Domination, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy. That's just a classic. But the maps are where it counts. We're going to be starting off with the Gunrunner. That is Goodness gracious, I need to memorize the pictures. Now I'm having spacefish issues all of a sudden. We got Gunrunner into the St. Petrograd. Going into Goodness, we have filled up the chat. I don't even have it. You gotta take it here from here. Is that double Hackney Yard after that?
We have map 3. You got Hackney Yard Domination, which we already know could be a real big cluster. And map 4, if we need it, will also be Hackney Hardpoint, followed up by Game 5 S&D on Arklow.
Okay, looking like a fun series. It's gonna be going. I don't know if we're gonna make it all the way to the end, but we'll see.
Well, I think honestly, Jay, I think we're blessed because this is the second time we've worked together, and we don't have a Piccadilly for map 5.
Oh man, we dodged a bullet there. I think everybody did. The spectators at home, the players, and the casters.
Right.
They made it super colorful, but still a lot to be known for that, or to be I lost it, to be realized. That
Jay,
the map is not well designed.
Guys watching, you're gonna have to like not hate on Jay so much. He's here, but his brain is scrambled at the moment. He'll be fine as we get these matches underway. He'll be fine. He'll get his rhythm.
I need my play-by-play fix, and right now we've just got single screens, man. There's not too much to react to. But we are going to be looking at this. Oh, look at the beautiful match day graphic, getting some cinematic angles. 5 seconds left. We are going to be getting into it. I ask and I do receive. Let's get into it. Starting off here with Skittlez.
I don't know too much about this Sapphire's team, but I'm hoping, that they show us something different because every match that we've ever seen, teams play it almost the exact same. So they had like a week or so off. I don't remember when their last match was, but they've had time to, scrim, go over some new strats, adapt with some new meta changes. Plus, we just got a patch update. So I don't know if that really affected anything, but I guess we'll find out here as this match progresses, as Sapphire does have the early lead, but not by much, I think.
That's the thing. They're slaying out incredibly. Indiana Syndicate only have 3 kills as an entire team so far. Skittlez has that by himself. But since we're on that point 1, it's so hard to secure some time. I mean, you just see it even with the bloodthirsty from Skittlez. Skittlez, sweet as sugar here. As we're looking on to Pasty, seeing if he can get back to it. Switching to high T now. 8-4. We got to get those rotations now to the point 2. Get set up for that, because that's your real money hill right there.
Right. P2, like we've stated in the past, is always a real big money hill. It comes down to winning the spawns, like you originally said. And once you do, it comes down to how good you're set up, right? Because it could easily be broken, especially on a map like Gunrunner. None of these hills are safe, but if you can grab at least 30 to 35 seconds, I think you put yourself in a pretty good spot going into that beat.
You are usually putting yourself in a pretty good spot, but you can't if you're not getting the kills. And right now, it seems like Indiana Syndicate just trying to find a foothold. I mean, they are new to the league, gotta get their training wheels before they can ride with the bike, but you've got to get into this game. Shanker's 99 or 999 getting the kill, but it's another quad feed as a team for Sapphire Wolves. They are just rallying these kills right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Indiana Syndicate. I mean, granted, they are a new team, and we don't really know too much about them, but they are, in my opinion, getting outslayed, out-rotated. They just don't look like they're fully here yet, Jay. They're going to have to get woken up. If not, they're going to get ran off the block, as I've heard in the past. This could be like a really quick series if they don't start, pulling some kills together and stuff, man. I really don't know what else to say other than that. Like,
yeah,
they're here, they showed up to play, but their guns aren't fully warmed up yet, so.
I mean, you gotta reload before you can fire, and so they're gonna try to rematch here, trying to push onto the point here. Horace trying to get a kill, but he's gonna get slayed out, and the kills continue for Blue. Cuffer holding 8-2 right now, also being the point man. Man, what can't he do here? Beautiful gold skin on the MP5. He's going to peek up here. He's going to get fried by Shankers right there. Horace and getting a double to fall up, and that's going to be a nice little clear out for the Indiana Syndicate.
Yeah, the Syndicate are, getting some hill time. They're starting to win some crucial gunfights, if we could say that. But
yeah,
you just look at this lead, it's starting to slowly trim down as this time is going to be winding down as we get ready to go to that crucial P4. That is such a hectic map just because like you don't really have too many areas, you know, to get situated, if that makes sense. You don't really have time to pre-aim. You don't really have anywhere that you can feel comfortable on the map. But you do see Syndicate right here. They could potentially take the lead with the rest of this scrap time, Jay. They're bringing it back.
The scrap time and the rotation gonna give them the lead. I mean, not to call out the Sapphire Wolves, but with how many kills you guys had over them, you got no point time for that. That's less than 1 point, and you had 3 points of being in the lead. You only got 15 seconds from each, and now Indiana Syndicate finding their foothold, starting to win by leaps and bounds, taking one of the bigger leads here. As they push, the more kills come through. Horus with another double. Person popping off right now is Horus, 12 and 8. Almost the most kill time, or most point time on the objective. As now they start rotating here. We see it trying to do what he can. He's going to get taken out, and here comes the rebound from the Wolves.
Yeah, and I like how the Syndicate is set up here. Like they're watching all angles, right? Like you got one guy pushed up here to the woods. That's going to be Gunna. He's got the M4 in his hand, which we all know that's still arguably the best assault rifle in the game. He's got an MP5 in his back pocket, which is awesome for, you know, those short range, medium gunfights. And the Wolves, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're losing rotation battles, if they're getting caught off rotation. Can't really tell from the minimap perspective, but they are going to bring this back if Syndicate can't get in the hill and contest this and potentially, you know, try to increase their lead.
True. Right there, we saw Gunna get 2. Also showed off some of his YouTube skills, showing us the tips and tricks videos, how to hop onto higher angles, getting a couple kills through the window, and now holding up the point. With this, they're going to be 1 point away from breaking, 2 points away from breaking 100 here as the rotations are starting to come through. Looks like Blue is set up, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the Wolves are doing, but I don't really like this play right here. As you're trying to go through like the boiler pipe area, I don't really like that positioning on the map. If anything, try to like avoid that altogether and try to make a potential play up mid if possible to try to get towards the next hill. But to be fair, I mean, we've seen crazier things happen in the world of Call of Duty, especially in Modern Warfare, as that was a nasty kill right there on the Cole side of things. And P5 is definitely another money hill, and we've seen in the past, Jay, of how hard it absolutely is to break it. We know how easy it is to hold it, but the break is always the hardest part.
It's almost like a get out of jail free card. If you die once,
Absolutely.
You're going to spawn right there to get to just to come right back in and retake the fight. As we're speaking of taking fights, Skittlez pushing up mid, gonna get shot a couple times by Gunna, but BMO has got his back here as they're gonna take the last bit of this trash time. It's an even game, 100 to 106. This is the type of showdown we've been waiting for. Sapphire Wolves needing to show some skill, but Gunna gonna get that revenge onto Skittlez.
Yeah, this is really interesting, right? Because that first half of the hills, the Wolves were dominating, right? The Slay department, the rotations, hill time, etc. And now all of a sudden we get to this second half here on P2. You've got the Syndicate literally winning gunfights, they're winning rotations, they're locking things down, and they've got, well, they were up like 27, 28 points, but that's slowly getting cut into as Syndicate is trying to break in and, you know, take over this hill.
Right. And I mean, it's been kind of, I mean, it was a long, deep breath for Indiana to finally get their foothold into here. It was about a 45-second breath, but they do seem to be getting their sea legs in this match right now as they're holding the last bit of time. Looks like Blue has rotated Cuffer, the point man, and the kill warrior. Cold cut killer here, rotating back, making sure no one flanks him. No one's on the point, though. A little bit of miscommunication here from Blue as Dill takes the point.
Yeah, we're going to see Sapphire get the lead, but how long can they hold it here? If they can't get a big hold, you can see Syndicate, you know, just blow it kind of out of the water, right? If that's the right term. But so far, this is all Sapphire. As Dill here, or Die, however you want to say his name, I'm sorry, don't roast me. He's going to be the point guy, but he is going to get taken down. And now it just becomes a trade fest, right? So now it just comes down to like who can get the remainder of that time, which it looks like it's going to go to the Syndicate. And I'm literally just mind blown, Jay. Like, I don't know what else to say. This is a totally different team compared to what we saw in the first half of things.
Like, usually anytime there was an extended amount of gunfights, it was all Wolves, but the Syndicate starting to adjust the aim. Horus taking one down. He's not going to peek his left. He's going to get shot in the side. Bimo with the positioning. As we switch to Gunna. Gunna getting Cow down. He's going to peek up here. See Bimo. He's going to reload before he fires. Tags him up a couple times to the wall, and his teammate's going to clean it up for him. That's Horus.
Yeah, I like how they're playing this, right? They're playing like a buddy system on the side of Indiana Syndicate. They're like always there next to a buddy to play for the trades, which is a great way to play Call of Duty. We haven't really seen too much of that, right, in the past. So for them to be able to do that as they're going to lose the lead here, as Sapphire is going to potentially try to take it over, I really am just impressed. Like, they're literally maybe a couple feet away from each other to get those crucial trades and potentially try to lock down the hills. And they are looking like they're going to get the remainder of this scrap time as Sapphire is going to rotate to the next hill. And honestly, it could end here really soon, Jay, for the side of Syndicate.
I mean, it may be whoever breaks 200 first. Something really interesting is Indiana Syndicate seem to be like a completely new team with these retakes. Like, even when they're not rotating, they are pushing in super coordinated with great trades and getting at least two, or at least one, sometimes two by Gunna and Horus. Those are the two you want to look out for. They did end up breaking 200 here, and that's super solid for them. Indiana Syndicate looking to extend this lead. Dill's got to push in. They're pushing in together, but Horus gets a double, making a triple. Horus shutting down any hopes they have of trying to take this point. They can't win off this, so a rotation will be in order. But Blue, you can't give up on the hill so early. Here comes the contest.
Oh my God.
Oh, it just taking him out. Don't take out him as well. Dill finally stopping the insanity, but 15 seconds left on the hill. Kind of a little too late now.
Yeah, that was insanity towards the rest of that hill right there as we get ready to move back to P1. I don't know, dude. Like, you said it best. Like, this is a totally different Indiana Syndicate team when it comes to stringing up together with kills, retakes, etc. And I've been really impressed with Gunna and Horus, like you said. Like, they are playing phenomenal Call of Duty. And I don't really give too much praise here, and you know this, Jay. I try to be fair, but these guys are just blowing me away. Gunna, I want to assume that he's like a main AR because all I've seen him use is the M4. So with him playing that role, if that is the case, he's doing one hell of a job. As they do look like they're going to go on to win map number 1 here, Jay, and I am literally blown away. I don't know what happened to Sapphire.
Another triple from Horus. You were talking about the great AR from Gunna. He seems to be holding it down for them, but the SMG play has been just as sick as Pasty gets another double. There's 9 seconds left. They can't win off this point, but it's such a hard point to hold. And, I mean, Sapphire Wolves have a chance to kind of swing it back in their favor if they can get this P2. But it seems Indiana Syndicate have it locked down.
Yeah, that right there, like we just saw, that little play right there by the train station, that was so crucial. Yeah, 2 guys from Syndicate and only 1 player from Sapphire. And dude, if he would have been able to kill both of them, that would have been huge. As his team is going to fall here, Sapphire, unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but they don't look like they're going to bounce back off of this one. Something happened to him, Jay. Something happened to Sapphire there. Is they going to lose 250 to 188 on map 1? I'm speechless. I don't really know what else to say. I'm getting tongue-tied over here. That was just great, phenomenal Call of Duty from the Syndicate on that second half of rotations, even going into the 3rd set of rotations as they won it on P2.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say to that. Like, do you have any idea of what could possibly happen to Sapphire?
Yeah,
right there?
I mean, we had brought it up a little bit earlier. Like, they had Cuffer had gotten a nice double to clear out the point, but in those last 8 seconds, you had to handle the respawns. And once the respawns came through, they slayed out and retook those last 8 points. It's what makes P2 so strong. And it's what secured the map 1. But off of that, we are going to need to take a 3-minute break, a nice little intermission to get us into our map number 2, which will be S&D. We'll see you guys back there.
into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for
Welcome back, everybody. We are about to load in map 2. We're going to be going to St. Petrograd. Honestly, I like St. Petrograd, but I usually see it as a respawn map. I hardly ever see it on S&D.
Yeah, I agree with that. You normally see it for Hardpoint or Dom, right? It's not really too often that you see a St. Petro S&D. But for me, Jay, I'm really curious to see how Sapphire bounces back after, I guess you could say, choking map 1. If that's the way that we could break that down in the correct way and not hurt anybody's feelings. And I'm curious to see how well they are organized here on the side of Search and Destroy. Because we know that they did all right. They did their thing for a little bit in Hardpoint, right? So Syndicate, they've got that momentum on their side. Like we've talked in the past, like momentum is such a crucial thing in Call of Duty. And once you have it, you literally ride that and you're full with confidence. So it's going to be interesting.
And confidence, I mean, in Call of Duty, momentum is key, and confidence just seems to keep building. We are 3 seconds away. We're going to be loading in here. We're going to be on Skittlez with the sniper, seeing if he can get a pick. Oh, fires! There's one dead. Layden, you don't get to play. Your first game in S&D Horus is going to be a death to Skittlez scope. As we look, it's now a 4v5. That makes offense a whole lot easier.
Yeah, it does make offense a whole lot easier, like you said. So, as they are a man down, how do they bounce back off of this, as it is going to be now a 4v4 or a 4v2? And if I can't really tell here, Jay, is that a 4v4 or a 4v2?
We're right now 3v3. Instantly got
3v3.
traded back. Yeah, BMO killed Gunner after Gunner took the lead. Shanker's going to call out the bomb carrier running by. And I mean, it's just close. Pasty just playing the patience game like a snail. It's about silence.
Yeah, and that's not a bad way to play it. Like, you obviously want to, like, be slow, be methodical, right? Listen for footsteps, listen to the call-outs when they come in. But I'm just curious to see how these teams do as far as, like, their pushes and stuff, right? Like, who's more coordinated towards, like, the A side of things, or who's better at retaking the bomb site. So I'm really curious about that, especially from the Indiana Syndicate, because like we said before we started, we don't know nothing about this team. So it's going to be really interesting to see how good they are at Search and Destroy, as we do see right now. It's just still like a stalemate, right? Like, nothing really going on.
No one got
As
to
I
move
say
along.
that, Syndicate wins round 1.
I couldn't tell if it was the kill that ended it or if it was a timeout. It may have been a kill at like the 1 second point, but there was zero chance to play bomb, and that's just a great defensive hold. After losing the man instantly, Indiana Syndicate beef up the defense, lock it down, don't allow a plant, and now it's up to them to try to take the lead on offense.
Yeah, so now if you're Sapphire, what do you do to, kind of keep yourself in this so it doesn't get too crazy, right? As we're going to see Skittlez with the snipe again. I'm pretty sure he got the information on those 2 players that crossed over to the A-bomb site. Granted, we have a better point of view, right? We get to see things that they don't see. So I'm not too sure if he saw that or not. But if he did, hopefully that came out as a call out, as the first blood is going to go in favor of Syndicate, as Shakers is going to pick up 1 to open that up and give them the man advantage here, Jay.
And BMO is someone you don't want to mess with. Usually more of a respawn player, but an all-around slayer, a star player, might I add. As the bomb is starting to get planted, that's going to go onto the A-bomb site. Indiana Syndicate haven't lost a man, only gotten 1 kill, and now it's up to the blue retake. Oh, this corner.
I was curious to see how that was going to play out, but that didn't work out too well for, I don't know who that was on top blue. But he got gunned down by Gunna, and Gunna is, I want to say he's probably like an all-around player. Is that fair to say, Jay? I mean, I don't know too much about these kids, so maybe you know a little bit more than I do.
Seems like it so far. Was doing everything, and then Dill just gives him a nice little clothesline there. Dill gets 2, trying to suffice his round. He sees the last one. He's going to try to make it 3, but so close. But that little margin is going to lead Indiana Syndicate to a 2-0 lead. Shankers stopping devastation. Imagine Dill gets that triple right there. Woo.
Yeah, that would have been like a holy cow moment, right? If he would have picked that kill up. But unfortunately, it didn't go in his favor, and Syndicate are up 2-0 as Skittlez is still rocking this sniper rifle. I like to see him get another pick. How about you, Jay?
I mean, offense seems to be his good luck charm. Fire! Oh, they smoked it out. We got CSGO strats up this little mid-roadway. Skittlez not going to be able to see it, not going to be able to land the snipe, and now he's going to go back up to his rooftop to perch like the Robin he is.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how Horace fares here, as he doesn't have a single kill to his name yet, and we know how good he played in Map 1. So I'm really curious to see how he bounces back, because in the past we've seen players start out like, 0-2, 0-3, and then all of a sudden they go on a massive tear and put together like 5 straight kills. So hopefully he can help out his team a little bit, but doing the little things on the map like communication, etc. like that, man, it always goes a long way, right?
Right, and I mean, I needed to check my glasses to make sure that's the case, but Shanker's making it a 7-kill streak. He is killing it right now. 7-0 has not been touched. That is insane. We saw him take down 1, possibly 2 this round. But now it's a 4v2. BMOs and Skittlez trying to make the comeback, but they need to get bomb down, and the bomb still hasn't even been picked up yet. 20 seconds left. It's looking bad as Gunna gets another.
Yeah, and it's going to be BMO all by himself. Bomb is still not gone down yet. The smoke play does come out. He is going to get tagged up, and that's going to do it. And Syndicate, they're just cruising right now, man. They are clicking on all cylinders. And you just look at where they're located on like the mini map. They are not that spread out, right? They're like really close to one another again. They really believe in this buddy system. And Sapphire, I don't know what's going on with them. They just don't really look like they're clicking too well here, Jay. I could be completely wrong, and maybe they'll string together a few rounds, but it's not looking too good so far as they are down 3-0.
The team chemistry kind of falling a little bit short. Dill trying to survive what he can. 4-3 on the day. But I mean, what do you do when Shakers is still 8-0? The man has not been killed. He is on an 8 streak. And as I say that, the commentator's curse gets him shot by Skittlez. That means he possibly got sniped. I'm assuming, can't tell because of the headshot feed, but Indiana Syndicate in a 3v4 trying to make this push, and they're gonna get a snipe. Cover's gonna trade right back, and bomb is now down. Gunna's not gonna be able to grab it.
I would be curious to look at the mini map if we possibly could, just to see where every player is located. Because you look at like how tight this is around like that A bomb site, right? Right. As we do got a player number 4 all the way on an island by himself. He's nowhere near his teammates. I don't think that's a really smart play, right, Jay? But like we said earlier in this, we have a better view than what they've got. So that might be a part of the strat. I don't know. But Gunna does have the bomb, and Gunna's going to go down. And just like that, Sapphire is going to get their first round win on the board. They finally put something together that worked for them. I don't know. I mean, you just look at that nasty snap right there. I couldn't tell who that was that picked that kill up. But my God, that was a nice snap-on, clean shots.
That's your boy BMO for you.
And well, BMO's got a beamer.
True. It's coming through right now. 1-3. You need to see how Indiana Syndicate responds now that they've gotten their first round taken on them. I mean, they've seemed to be full-on sprinting since, almost halfway through map 1, and they don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Gunna getting a double, trying to make it 3. He runs out of ammo. Stick his bitch ass. And he misses the grenade, runs away. That was almost insane. Gets shot from above, though.
Imagine if Gunna would have got that 3-piece right there, right? That would have been epic. Because he was literally just shooting lights out with that MP5 from where he was at to take down 2 players. But it's all up to, it's a 2v2 here. So this is really going to be interesting to see how Dill and BMO play this out, right? As you still got Shankers left, and you still got It left. So we know what Shankers can do. Shankers has been proving a lot to us as he's only got 1 death, and that was due to your casting curse. But Bomb is going to go down at A. It is going to be a 1v1.
BMO.
It's all up to BMO and It. Who's going to win this one?
BMO on the 5 streak.
Oh my God. He just obliterated that man.
Taking his time, getting on the head glitch. Took a second to see him, and just a second gone by, and that's another kill. 4 streak for BMO, bringing his team back. Those are some of the most important 4 kills they've gotten so far, and it brings them back 2-3.
Dude, man, that literally just got me off the edge of my seat when he did that. And we've given players in this league some nicknames, right? Like you've got Nick Flyer from Rated as the Canadian God, as you call him.
Yes, sir.
And then we got BMO. BMO's nickname for me is going to be BMO the Beamer, because this guy is shooting nothing but laser beams. Shanker is shooting lights out, so his nickname is going to be Lights Out Shanker, basically.
Oh, let's go.
So this whole thing so far, though, to get back on track, has just been wild, because Syndicate has lost 2 straight rounds now. So now the momentum has shifted, right? Because we said in the beginning before this started, momentum and confidence is so key. And right now, we're going to see BMO sit in the back of his, like around close to his spawn. I don't know what the deal is with that. Not too much movement going on here on the map. But it just looks like, you know, the momentum has shifted just a little bit after winning 2 rounds if you're
and Cal getting the triple headshot feed. I did want to bring it back to when you're talking about calling him BMO the Beamer. We could call him that, and then also, if you want to shorten it up, call him Airbnb.
There you go. I like that.
BMO the
Airbnb.
Oh. As Sapphire Wolves trades back, all it took was Cal tipping over the enemy. That's some fighting back. The triple headshot feed setting his team up for some success. And that's going to even up the scoreline. 3-3, Sapphire Wolves bringing it back.
Yeah, they are bringing it back. And if we can get that like quoted and clipped or something put on Twitter, the Cal tipping over the enemy, can we get that possibly? Just saying, because that was great coming from Jay. He couldn't have said it any better than me, as we are all tied up now 3 apiece. And this momentum and confidence, I'm going to keep harping on it because it's such a crucial thing. I don't think people at home realize how big it is in Call of Duty. And I don't know what's going on with Syndicate right now. They won 3 straight. I think the players are starting to slow down. Is that fair to say, Jay? Because you just look at everything, like the action is kind of slowed down from Gunna, Horace, and Shank, who are like the 3 main dudes on this team.
For sure. I mean, they're slowing it down. It seems like, and I feel like this is always what happens in an S&D game. Like they start off super fast, running, flying out to bomb sites, and then you die and you sit and you spectate your teammates for a while. And you're like, you know what? I don't want to die so early. So you start playing more passive, you start playing smarter, and this is where you start getting the more refined rounds of S&D.
Absolutely, as we are in a 4v4 situation, as Skittlez is going to get taken out. He did have the bomb, so bomb is going to be down over by the B site, and that is such a bad place for that bomb site, or that bomb in particular, sorry, as now it just looks like Indiana Syndicate are just going to, well, win the round. I don't know what happened, but that happened so fast, I literally thought players were still alive. Holy cow, these rounds are flying by, dude. I can't keep up. That's why I don't like S&D from a casting standpoint, as you're going to see some nice shots right there in that kill feed.
I mean,
I don't know what else to say, bro.
When they start playing super slow like that, the burden goes onto the offense to make the play, and when the time gets ticking like that, your bomb gets dropped in unfortunate scenarios, and Syndicate just took it for the entirety of the round. Now it's up to them. I think this is one of the bigger areas in S&D. It's the difference between a 4-4 or a 5-3, setting the Syndicate to match point. You've got to pop off now if you're on the blue. We're sitting on board with Skittlez right now, 3-6. Gonna need some stepping up from him. He performed the first game, but this is where we need him to shine. As we switch over to Cal, Cal's gonna get some action here. He knows he's getting pushed. He hears the door below him, but he's gonna get blown right through as 4 get killed. Leave BMO to be the last alive. If you want anyone alive, it's gonna be BMO. But what odds you've put him in? He's gonna get peeked. Oh, he can't. He's going to play back. Playing smart. They have bomb down. 44 seconds to work with. BMO going to get tagged up a couple. He's going to get pushed out now. Is he going to see the guy to his right?
Yeah, BMO is in a really bad spot on the map. He's going to spot one in back of the pool. He's not going to be able to get it, and that just like that, he's going to get shot from the side. And Syndicate on match point right now, Jay. I don't know if the Wolves can string together 3 straight or not, but they're keeping it interesting. And BMO, I have a lot of faith in BMO, but right there you just put yourself in a really bad spot near the train mid-map area. That's not really where you want to be. But to be fair, he didn't really have anywhere to go, right? Because everybody on the Indiana Syndicate were like grouped up. They knew where he was at on the map, and he was like a deer in the headlights, so to speak.
Yeah. And to make the situation any worse, he ran out of ammo on that last gunfight, so he was running with his knife because he had to. It's just stuck on an island with no help here. As Blue need to make their counterattack. Attack just feels so much harder here. But 2 frags coming out. Cow getting the kill and getting down, surviving. And that's going to be 3 kills for Sapphire Wolf, completely unanswered. As I say that, another one gets dropped.
Yeah, now it's all up to Shankers. Can Shankers possibly clutch this up and win the game, or is he going to fall and we're going to see another round of S&D? And just like that, as soon as I say it again, I'm being cursed here, okay? I'm literally being cursed. As soon as I say something, the player's dead. There's no time to react, as he's going to get shot bottom of the apartment building. Shankers didn't really have anywhere to go, but it just got a little bit more spicy, as the kids like to say, Jay. So what do you do here? Do you possibly win this here if you're Syndicate, or do we see a 5-5?
I mean, they've got to. The pressure, I mean, once you get to that 5-5, you've got to be feeling good if you're Blue, but you got to get there. Playing slow here. Usually I'd say defense has the advantage, but I feel like Sapphire Wolves have been doing a lot better on offense. But as I say that, BMO gets one, Dill gets another, but BMO gets traded out. But they're still at the man advantage. 3v, actually, no, never mind. They got traded. No, not traded. A team kill coming out from cover to make it 3v2. You can't be having that if you're the Sapphire Wolves. Your boy BMO's dead.
Yeah, BMO going down, unfortunately, does not help their case at all. The team killing doesn't help either. But when you're trigger happy, it's really hard to, stop. And of course, you get the team kills, which are unfortunate. And you can't, like you said, you can't let that happen, especially when it's this close, right? Because now you just gave the window to Syndicate to run away with this, even though it is a 2v2. If I can see that correctly, it does look like a 2v2, and you got it still left. I can't see who else is with him. I think that's Pasty. Is that how you say his name?
It's Pasty,
and just like
sure.
that, it's going to go down. That's quickly traded out. So now it's a 1v1. What can Pasty do? And apparently nothing. As I say it again, he's going to get taken out. And Sapphire has given us a round 11 this early in the series, Jay. We normally don't get to see too many round 11s this early.
It's surprising to me. I mean, I didn't think they could do it, but they're here nonetheless. And now they're on offense. I mean, and offense, I feel like has a harder job, especially with the Syndicate set up. But they were able to do it last round. They're going to need to be able to do it here again. As we're on boards with Skittlez. Skittlez switching off the sniper, going to the MP5 now. Pushing back into pool hall. They're going to try to make a play for this A. I mean, you just see the map set up. There's only 2 on A and then 3 on B with an easy rotation over. And the problem is if you ever die on B, it just leaves you in such a bad area.
It really does, because that hazmat building is so small. You don't really have too many places to go, right? You got top, you got bottom. You don't really have too many areas on the map. But I think the way they were set up right there is to play for like that retake if possible. To like, you know, just rotate quickly over to A, retake it if need be. But right now, it's all in favor of Syndicate as they have the man advantage 4v2 or 4v3, sorry. And it right now, it does have 2 players in front of him. I don't know if he got that information or not. As he's going to look through secret, he's going to spot one. He's going to choke some shots. He's going to get that kill. He's going to see another one. And that's bad comp timing. If he would have just watched that window for a couple more seconds, he would have gotten that kill. But that's neither here or there, as Syndicate is going to take round 11 and go up 2-0 in this best of 5.
Oh, man. That's a heartbreaker. Syndicate. You were 1 round away from choking it, but instead you're up 2-0, looking to handle business. Doesn't matter that it's clean as long as you get the kills. 6-5. Indiana Syndicate are gonna take that map too.
Yeah, that was an interesting. Map too, right? Like we saw some crazy kills from the side of like Gunna, who picked up a nice 2-piece here and there. You saw some big kills coming from like the side of the Wolves as well. They had some players that stepped up to give us that wonderful round 11, but at the end, it just came down to Shanker and the crew to pull it out, right? I mean,
for sure.
Now we get ready to bounce into the wonderful, and I say wonderful in a great way because I love this map. I don't really care for the mode, but we're going to be seeing Hackney Dom. What's your thoughts, Jay, before we go to break?
Hackney Dom, I do appreciate it. It's always fun to play, especially that mid-warehouse point. I do really like watching the fight for B the entire time. I don't want to make it too long because I do want to hop into the 3-minute intermission so we can hop into that map 3, get the action to you as soon as can. We'll be back in 3.
Don't go anywhere.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that is not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, now I'll find you in my dreams. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head.
Welcome back, everybody. We are on to map 3, Hackney Yard Domination. And I'm seeing a lot of Syndicate love in the chat. A lot of people repping the 317. A lot of Indianans in here to show some support. And I mean, their team is popping off the first time in the league, up 2-0 right now, trying to get the clean sweep. What are you looking towards, Breezy?
Honestly, man, I'm expecting the Wolves to bounce back and force a map 4. Granted, they had a heartbreaking map 1 in the first respawn of this best of 5. They just lost a heartbreaking map 2 in that search that we just saw before break. But I like to see what they do here off the rip on this Hackney Dom, Jay. It all comes down to getting those spawns for P2, right? And like you said, that B fight is such a crucial area. And there's a lot of chaos that happens in there from time to time. So I'm really curious to see how the Wolves come out and start this off, man.
It's all about that initial push. I remember casting another game where the team just said, F it, we're not going B, we're going to take control of A and C, and they just got slayed out for it. That B is such a pivotal point to be taking. As we see Dill putting on his Nikes, running right through, getting there before anybody else, and getting first blood because of it. He's going to peek another, but he's going to run back. The grenades coming through, and the kills are coming out for the Wolves so far. It's kind of like what we saw the first Hardpoint. Another kill from Dill, and he's going to get out alive. Goodness gracious, he's speed. Goodness, 3-0.
I don't know how Dill just got out with his life, but he is on a tear right now as he's going to find another one. And he does get taken out, but that was a crazy 4 or 5 streak that he was just on. He came to play this map 3, which, hey, like you said, they came out red hot in the first respawn. They're looking to do it again, but they don't really have a big lead here at the moment as we are on board with Forrest. I'm really curious to see how he strings together and help his team out here, Jay, because he did struggle a little bit in that S&D, but this is totally different, right? It's a respawn. You got way more lives to throw away, etc., more kills that we had, blah, blah, blah. You already know. So, but his team are currently losing right now by the score of 23-10. I'm really curious, though, to get your thoughts, Jay, of what you think the Sapphire Wolves could do to potentially just lock this completely down and force the map 4.
I mean, just keep doing what you're doing. We just saw Cow die in the kill feed, not before he got a bloodthirsty. We just saw Cuffer trying to make the play, but it or IT making the stop right there. Looks like Indiana Syndicate are looking to neutralize this B and now capturing it. That is a big point for them. Cow sneaking up behind 7-1. Just a bunch of frags coming out, starting off with Dill, now into Cow. The kills are coming through right now. Now it comes to objective, and they are doubling the score so far. Cow coming in with the secondary, busting a cap on him, trying to get the second, but couldn't quite secure the kill.
Right, he couldn't secure it, but he gave it his all, right? Like, he had the pistol for the 1 kill. He switched to the MP5, but he just didn't have what it takes to win that. But, however, the momentum is starting to swing a little bit in the favor of Indiana as they are creeping up here, as they could potentially get B, as that's what they're looking to go and do. They got to neutralize it first. But I'm interested to see as Gunner is going to get erased off the map, and just like that, the lead is still growing. But we've said this in the past, right, Jay? It comes down to how many points do you want to be going into the second half. You don't want to make it mathematically impossible to come back.
Right. And I mean, we did get to see an example of why that top AC unit on B is such a power position. Because Gunna, even though he seemed to get first shot, wasn't able to finish the kill. But the lead's starting to expand for Sapphire Wolves as they're continuing to hold this A and B. It got cut into a little horse, getting one, trying to do what he can, but it's just a slugfest back and forth, 1 for 1, as Gunna finds another one pushing onto the A site right here.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised of how well the Wolves look right now in Domination, right? Like, they started out hot, and they haven't looked back. Like, they've kept control of the A and B for a long time in this first half, but now it looks like they've got A and C, which causes that split spawn. And we know how spawns are in this game. They are really wonky. But the fact that they've been able to do what they have so far with, like, slaying out, winning rotation on P2, it's just like a totally different world right now, right? Because like in the past, we've just seen teams just keep A and B for a long time and then potentially pay for that trip cap. So the way they did it right there was really interesting, and it kind of took me by surprise a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, changing up the strategy is always recommended, especially when what you're doing isn't working. And now the score is 72-48. Dill on a bloodthirsty, make it 6. A nice shot coming out from him, 15-5 on the day. Trying to do what he can, continuing to expand this lead as the feed just lights up with blue.
Yeah, Dill is essentially putting his team on his back, putting together some streaks as he's going to get taken down mid-map over by that smokestack area. And we're on board here with Cuffer. Cuffer is another one that we haven't really talked about too much, Jay, and he's holding his own here a little bit. Like, he is going for this B flag right now as he's going to pick up one and he's quickly traded out. I'm really just impressed by this Sapphire Wolves team of how they're able to keep composure and bounce back.
For sure, and that last 2 points is going to tick. It's going to put the lead only to 29, just barely got inside the 30 point by the end of it. I mean, that's not impossible here. They can definitely rotate, but it's going to take momentum to shift as we see the shots coming out so clean.
Yeah, but now what do you do if you're the Syndicate? Like, how do you bring this back? Do you play for the quick AB hold and try to keep that for a little bit and then go for C and put them in the all-important trip cap? Or, like, what do you do here, Jay? Like, I don't really know what to expect from him here, as some nice shots coming out from Gunna. This dude's on a whole nother level, man.
Whatever start it was, it kind of looked like that, as Gunner and It are going to get the first two. They're going to secure A and B. BMO just taking a nice little break on the C flag, making sure they get it for sure. But a triple kill coming out, gonna lock them in their place. And that's the start you need for the Syndicate if you're looking to make this a sweep. Always like to see more games, but the Syndicate are trying to stop it in 3. Horace getting one, Shanker's getting another. Dill trying to trade back what he can. But for now, it's all Indiana Syndicate.
Yeah, the Syndicate came out here really hot to start out the second half, as they do have A and B, like you said. You've got Gunna really trying to put his team on his back, string together some kills, open up the map a little bit for his team. As it does look like Cal is going for this B flag here. He is going to spot one. He's going to win that gunfight, and he's going to get quickly taken out. It's just so crazy of how stuff happens like that, right? You literally think you have everything secured, and then the player just picks out of nowhere and erases you off the map. But the Syndicate has the trip cap, and this is when things get spicy, Jay.
Oh no, roll the dice, because the numbers are flying by. When you have 3 points and you're not generating any as your team, you start going into panic mode. Skittlez getting a double to try to come back. Dill gonna get dropped by It. And now the Wolves get C to kind of stop the bleeding. But just like that, they are 4 points apart. It is so close now. That's what happens when it's 3 points to 0. It gets scary.
Scary indeed. And we said it before the second half started of what the Syndicate could do to bring it back, because they were down, what, 29, 30 points at the end of the first half. And you just look at them now, it's all tied up at 106 apiece. And just like that, I say it, Syndicate's going to get B, and they're going to get C, leaving the Wolves with nothing but their home flag, essentially. And right now, Jay, Syndicate could roll away with this, and we can see the first 3-0 to start this, start the new season.
That's a way to enter the league if you're the Syndicate. Handle business, chop, chop. As they've taken the lead, they're holding this B quite securely. Dill's going to try to make the play. He's going to be behind this one. He's going to team push with that. No one gets dropped. So that's a nice little push. There's still plenty of time if you're the Sapphire Wolves to make the comeback, and these kills are how it starts.
Yeah, and just like that, we're going to see the momentum kind of shifted once again, as the Wolves are going to have A and B. So I'm really interested to see what they could do here, because they can get the lead right back off of these two hills, like these two flags. Sorry, I don't know why I said hills.
I get you.
I'm so used to Hardpoint, but they do look like they could potentially get this lead back. And if they do, I would love to see a map 4. But then again, that's another Hardpoint, and we know what happened to them last time, Jay. So anything can happen right now, as we do still have about a little over 2 minutes and some change left in the second half, and it does look like we're going to get a lead change.
The lead change is looking pretty promising, but Horace trying to stop it while he can. It does come through, but now B has been neutralized. So now it's 1 point apiece, and it's going to keep Sapphire in the lead by 1. Horace going to go connect the B point right now. He's going to get peeked. He's going to get slayed out. That's a huge kill right there. But they are going to end up finishing that B point. And now the points are going to shift again to the Syndicate. A minute left. Things start to get spicy.
Indeed, they're going to get spicy as Pasty's going to find a nice headshot right there. And his team is cruising as they get another trip cap for the second time in this second half. And just like that, I mean, we've got under, like 60 seconds to go. And it does look like we're going to see our first 3-0 of the season, of the new season, sorry. And if you're Syndicate, you've earned yourself a hell of a fan base. You've got yourself to be like a prime contender in this league from what we've seen so far. Granted, it's only week 1. It's their first match of the new season. But I've been really impressed by these guys, Jay. They looked good in Hardpoint in the second half. They looked good in S&D for the most part. And in the second half, it seemed like they're a second half team. Is that fair to say?
It feels like it. I mean, as good as a start you can have, it's all about closing. And the Sapphire Wolves rage quit out. 2 of them are gone. And that's just kind of indicative of how this game and this series has gone. We're going to be wrapping up here. Horace body shooting as the Syndicate pull off the clean sweep. That's a way to enter into the K7 League.
And that's the first 3-0 that I've had a privilege of being a part of since I've been joining this league as a caster. That was something crazy. And Syndicate, man, they are a pretty solid team from what we just saw. And it looks like that saying goes, right, Jay? It doesn't matter how you start, it's about how you finish. And they finished strong, man. They looked shaky in map 1, if we can give the breakdown real quick. Syndicate, they looked really slow in that first map, right? But they bring it back in the second half, going into the third set of hills to win that. S&D, they get it down to the round 11. They choked a couple, crucial gunfights here and there, whatever the case may be. They pull that one out. You get the Dom. They start out slow, go down 29 points, and then after that, they steamrolled and literally made players rage quit before the game was even over. But mathematically, it was impossible to come back for the Wolves, right? Granted, they had that 29 points, which you would think, hey, 29 points, we could build off of that. But you got put in a trip cap twice. And you hardly ever see that. We have not seen that, at least I haven't, where teams get put in the trip cap twice in this league. So hats off to the Indiana Syndicate. You guys are a solid team. I can't wait to see more of you guys in this league. Welcome. We're glad to have you. Hats off to the Wolves. You guys played great. It's just unfortunate that you got swept week 1, the new season. But
And I mean, the Syndicate, they look at the Wolves and they say, hey, don't worry about it. 3-0 real quick, keep it clean. They handled it in 3. And I mean, I think that's going to wrap us up for this episode 1 of week 1 of season 2. Goodness gracious, whatever episode it is. It's the start of this amazing bracket. We're going to have some more action tonight. But until then, I'm JFly. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter at JFly. JFly tweets on the Twittergram. What about you, Breezy? Where can the people find you before we wrap it up?
People can find me on Instagram at BreezyCast, and you can also follow me on Twitter at BreezyCast. It was great being with Jay once again. Love this guy. He's great at what he does. Glad that you all have fun watching week 1 of season 2. Can't wait to see what happens later tonight for the second matchup of the doubleheader. You all take care. See you back here at 9:30.
Later, gentlemen.